Well, hello again. This is Pastor Steve from the Evangelical Free Church of Des Plaines, and I'm happy to be able to come to you again with a little video of encouragement for you. And we got some bad news yesterday. I'm sure you're well aware, if you're here in Illinois, that our governor has extended the stay-at-home order till the end of May. And we were hoping it would be just till the end of April, but now it's another month. And so for our worship, at least, it seems we will be providing live streaming through the end of May, apparently. And so we're happy to do that. But we sure miss seeing people, having people gather here, and not only on Sundays, but more people through the week. But we'll get through this. I know we will. And it's my privilege to share with you yet another little video of encouragement for you. And I was reading Deuteronomy this morning, and Deuteronomy 31, and Moses knows he's at the end of his life. He's 120 years old. It's time for him to retire at 120. And he knows, based on his disobedience to God earlier, that he can't cross the Jordan and lead the nation of Israel into the promised land. He has to delegate that and hand that over to someone else, and that person is Joshua, as you probably know. So he's standing, or sitting probably, before the whole nation. And I just want to share this one verse with you, and this is directed to the whole nation of Israel. Deuteronomy 31:6, but I encourage you to hear this as God's word for you too today, and I'll explain why we can take this and apply it to ourselves thousands of years later. But here's Deuteronomy 31:6. Moses says, "Be strong and courageous. Do not fear or be in dread of them, for it is the Lord your God who goes with you. He will not leave you or forsake you." At this point, the enemy they knew they were going into face in the promised land in Canaan that God had given to them. The enemy was largely unseen. Oh, Joshua and Caleb had gone in there as well as the others, but only Joshua and Caleb came back with faith that, yes, we can do this with God's strength. All the other spies, they sent and said, oh, these people are huge. I'll bet you find a lot of people today saying, oh, this virus is huge. But it is. I don't make fun of anybody who is honest about the threat, this unseen enemy, as the president calls it. It is dangerous, and we don't fully understand it yet. But we have a God that we do know, that is revealed in his word, and we can trust him. And that's what Moses was telling the people. The enemy has a lot of unknowns. It's scary. The enemy is. Our unseen enemy that we are currently at war with is scary, absolutely. Now here in Des Plaines, just this week, the mayor issued an order that when we go out in a public place where you can't be distant from people, you have to wear a mask. And I agree with that decision. And in stores and stuff, it's a good move to wear this mask to protect ourselves from giving this unseen enemy to somebody else that we don't even know we have. It's weird days. But anyway, Moses gives this word of encouragement to the people. Now, do you wonder, but you might say to me, Steve, how can you just lift a promise way back in Deuteronomy and apply it to us today, thousands of years later? And that was to Israel. We're the church, and you can't just automatically make promises there parallel to us, and that's right. But take a listen to this passage from Hebrews and see if you agree we can apply this wonderful promise from Moses to us today, because the New Testament writer of Hebrews, whoever that was, we don't know. But it's in God's word in the New Testament, so we can apply it to ourselves. Hebrews 13, 5 and 6. Powerful words for us today. "Keep your life free from love of money, and be content with what you have. For he has said, I will never leave you nor forsake you. So we can confidently say, the Lord is my helper. I will not fear. What can man do to me? Or can I add, what can a virus do to me? So this word, do not fear, God will never leave us or forsake us, is directly applicable to us today, to you today, regardless of the circumstances you're in. I hurt for you, with you. It's a scary time. I get that. We need to be honest about that. But I encourage you with this word, the Lord will not forsake you. He hasn't ever promised we'd be free of trouble, but he has promised to be with us in the trouble we face. I hope that's an encouragement to you. The Lord is your helper. What can man or what can a virus or what can anything else or anyone else do to you if the Lord is on your side? Well, this Sunday in our live stream, we start a brand new sermon series, and I hope it'll be an encouragement to you. It's called Joy for the Journey. I believe I mentioned that last week, and it's an epistle written by Paul when he was in prison, the book of Philippians, a wonderful book of joy. And the sermon title for this week is Joy in the Desert. Now, I have relatives that live in the desert, and with apologies to them, a lot of us think, especially here in a green place like Illinois, that the desert is a rough place to be. I know it has its own beauty, and I've been in there in Palm Springs when I was there for the Free Church National Conference, and I loved it out there, especially sitting beside the hotel pool at night. No bugs like mosquitoes the size of boxcars like we had in Minnesota or even here in Illinois sometimes. The desert has its own beauty, but generally we think of the desert as a place that's dry, hostile, a difficult place to exist. And I'll bet that's where many of you feel you're living right now, in a desert, devoid of hope and help and joy and happiness. But this epistle is clear. We can have joy in the desert. I'm so happy to be able to bring this series to you. I can't wait to get started in it. Joy in the Desert, this Sunday morning on YouTube Live. Just look for the Evangelical Free Church of Des Plaines channel. Lord willing, we'll be there to give you this message, give you some music, and give you some hope. This Sunday, 10:45 Central Daylight Savings Time for Joy in the Desert. God bless you.